Lighting can turn your brick build into something amazing or into a tiny wire nightmare. Today I'll showcase the Lumibricks Cyberpunk bus. Let's have a look if the lighting actually adds something unique or just looks cool on the box. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're doing something a little bit different again. This is not your Danish brand set by a Lumibricks build. And to be precise, this is the Future Bus, or as I like to call it in this video, the Cyberpunk bus. Now, why did I get this one, right? Well, it's for two reasons. One, the Danish brand doesn't really do this theme, which is full on cyberpunk, neon, and a bit chaotic. Now, for the second reason, it's because I'm building an underground city that will take place underneath Flamingo City. So here's what we're doing in this video, right? I'll show you the set, we'll go through the build and the instructions, and then we'll take a look at the final result in the dark. Alright, first impressions, right? This bus already looks different. It's got a lot of transparent pieces, bright colors and small details everywhere. Not to mention their futuristic looking minifigures. It all comes across busy but in a good cyberpunk way. And it also doesn't feel like a typical brick vehicle, right? It feels more like a display piece with attitude. And if you couldn't tell already, this build is designed around the lighting. Now, as far as these instructions go, they can take a bit of getting used to, right? Other brands tend to be very step by step, super clear and almost relaxing. And the Lumibricks instructions are more technical simply because building the vehicle is one thing, but you also need to route all of the wires, right? Now, luckily, their instructions clearly shows where and how to run the wires through. They show you a side and top view so you never have it wrong, right? New pieces that are being added to the build are also highlighted in these instructions. Just keep in mind though that sometimes you're placing these LEDs before you even fully understand how the section closes, right? So take your time for that. Building Lumibricks isn't about speed, it's all about quality. Now I can also talk about the less fun parts that I encountered in this build. One of them is the wires. Now on one occasion it felt a bit short, but luckily I was able to fix it without any trouble. The wires are small though, so if you have big hands it might be a bit tedious to do. Routing them through the build can be a bit of a puzzle, and sometimes you're trying to close a section and thinking, something's stopping this. Ah, right, it's the wire I forgot existed. Now also, because of the small parts and cables, it definitely requires your patience a bit. However, like I said, the build experience is definitely worth giving this thing a second look. Now, another con I never hear YouTubers talk about, but is a thing, is the secondhand market, right? The Danish brand, their secondhand market is huge, with sets retiring and sometimes doubling or tripling their value. Now, having or selling Lumibricks just doesn't have the same effect. Now, the goal shouldn't be to make money off of these sets, but to fully enjoy their potential as great additions to your city or other themes, right? They have been around for quite some time now, and they are becoming bigger and bigger over the years. So who knows, in a couple of years, they might rise in value as well. But of course, there are pros as well, right? Now, what I like about these builds and Lumibricks in general, to be honest, is that their design feels intentional. They're also very unique. There's nothing like it on the market. Some other brands go to Rebrickable, use mocks that people have made to create sets out of them, but this isn't what Lumibricks does or wants to be associated with. Their lights aren't just thrown in as well. They're part of the concept and intentional, and that's very important. Because I'm not sure if you've ever played the game, but a cyberpunk build without lighting kind of misses the point, right? Now, quick disclaimer, for the most part, I'm buying all of these Lumibricks sets myself, right? However, I did get accepted into their KOL program, and for that, they've sent me this bus as a welcome gift. Now, the links you see in the description will give you the best deals on their products, but also help my channel stay active. Right, let me show you the build with lighting and spoil you with some B-roll.
Yo, you want to see something cool? No? Well, I'm gonna do it anyway.
See, all those transparent pieces suddenly make sense. The colors pop, the glow works, and the whole thing feels alive. It's not just a weird bus anymore. It feels like something straight out of a cyberpunk street scene. Exactly what it was intended to be. And yeah, this would actually look good on the Flamingo City. And here's another pro, right? Because why stop now? It's the pricing. The Lumibricks sets are great value for money. They also come with big discounts every now and then, so be sure to keep your eye on that. Is how I got a great price for the Boxing Club record store and toy shop. So, to conclude this, is the Lumibricks Cyberpunk bus worth it, right? Well, if you're into unique display pieces, cyberpunk vibes, and you don't mind a more technical build, it definitely is pretty cool. If you're looking for a classic brick building experience, this bus isn't it, but like I said, they've got plenty of other ones that could cater to your needs. Now, for me personally, I'm addicted to the Lumibricks brand. They add something different to my city and shelves, something the Danish brand doesn't really offer. Now let me know what you think and which set you will or will not purchase. Be sure to use my link, which can be found in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.